Jill.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, my name is Bonnie Unzen, and I'm here with my daughter-in-law, Brenda. We lost Derek. It'll be a year on December 17th to suicide. And without that faith and hope that you talk about, I don't know how we would have gotten through it. Derek also was an avid hunter and fisherman with his dad and brothers and grandpa, my husband. And opening of hunting was just a couple weeks ago, and my husband and Chris, my son, and Jeff, the oldest boy, they went up hunting, and my son knew, they all knew Derek was with them, and we too are Catholic, and a few weeks ago, my son called me and said, "Mom, I think you're going to have to make me a new rosary. I can't find my rosary, I just had it." Well, when he was taking his hunting clothes out to air out, in his blaze orange was a rosary, and he said, "I think my buddy is going to be with me. I found my rosary." And so I think Derek was with him. But at their funeral, Brenda and Chris had even put it in the paper to wear blaze orange or camouflage or jeans and t-shirts to the funeral, because Derek would never dress up. And I'm standing in jeans and a Duck Dynasty t-shirt at the pulpit with our priest and reading some scripture in my Duck Dynasty. And when we left the funeral home, it was December 23rd, I think, was his funeral, and the wind chill probably 39 below. And anyway, to the west, it looked like a harvest sunset. You don't get that on December 23. And to the south, we're coming down 494, and I saw this splash of blazed orange. Couldn't have been a reflection of the sun in the south. And I told my husband, I said, "When you can look to your south, look." And he goes, "Oh my God, that's Derek." And I said, "I know it is. I just wanted you to see it." My son and daughter-in-law were staying with us for a few weeks after his death. They hadn't seen it. And one day, I don't know if it was you, Brenda, or Chris, that just said, "I wish I could have a sign." And I said, "Let me tell you about the sign we seen." I didn't want to tell you because you didn't mention it, but I knew there would be the proper time. And I said, "We all know there's a merciful God. Suicide is an illness," and they know that. And they put it in the paper. Brenda and Chris are very aware that suicide is not a bad thing. It is a disease like cancer, like anything else. It is mental disease and nothing to be ashamed of. And I said immediately when I heard, I crashed. But after I got back up, I said, "We have a merciful God. He's not living a roller coaster life. He was the happiest and funniest kid when he was not sick. When he was sick, he was the saddest, and it was just pitiful to see him. And he's such a delightful young man, and we too don't forget about Derek. We talk about him. Brenda's always posting pictures. She's a Facebook girl. I'm not. But anyway, and when you talked about the one lady that said her daughter called 911, Brenda, the day he died, Chris and Jeff, the other two hunters, were at our house watching a football game. I had just baked a bunch of breads and cookies. I do that ahead of Christmas for everybody's favorite, and make a basket. And I told Chris, I said, "Be sure to take Derek's home with you because he didn't come that day. Brenda and her daughter went out to lunch or shopping or something. She stopped, knocked at his room and said, Alyssa and I are going out. Can I bring you something for dinner? And he said, no, Mom. I'm eating leftovers from last night. I don't need any more food. She snapped a picture. Brenda's always snapping pictures. She snapped a picture of him in front of his computer watching a Netflix movie. Hour and a half later, my son goes home. He had shot himself. In the meantime, he had dialed 911. He had inspirational music playing. Whatever in that sick mind, from the time she saw him to the time Chris got home, something in his brain snapped. I looked at that as hope. He was trying to find peace with the inspirational music, and he couldn't find it. It just got too much. The police had it on their recording. He never said anything, so they couldn't trace that call till Chris called him. So Derek was looking for hope and peace, I believe, in that music. And it just got the best of him, but I know he's up there singing Christmas music with the best of them. Anyway, that'll be it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing that, and I'm so glad that you find comfort in that he was listening.